we have Mearns MP for Gateshead.
Well, good morning, and is this the People's Popular Front for Judea and the splitters over there? I'm not sure, right? Right, good morning anyway. If I'd been standing on this spot, talking to you, say, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, or even 15 years ago, I would have said, you'd have buggers what you all doing stand here, because there was nothing on this site but basically empty warehouses. So this is the Sage Gateshead, and it's a building that we're very proud of. And as MP for Gateshead, I'm particularly proud of my association with the development of this building through my time with Gateshead Council. So it's a good morning and a welcome to everyone here at Gateshead, to the Sage Gateshead, and to the Leisure Trade International Conference 2013. Now, why Gateshead? Well, Gateshead has a long tradition of being associated with the licensed trade. Anybody ever heard of Cushy Butterfield? Right, well, Cushy Butterfield was a young lass from Gateshead, and I calls her me dove. Her name's Cushy Butterfield. She sells here at Clay. Her cousin's a muckman. They call him Tom Gray. And the rendition goes, she's a big lass, she's a bunny lass, and she likes her beer, and they call her Cushy Butterfield, and I wish she was here. So that's why we're in Gateshead. It's such an important conference. Now, Gateshead is a place which has been around for quite a long time, but has kind of lived in the shadow of its near neighbour Newcastle. Believe it or not, Daniel Defoe, the author of Robinson Crusoe, lived about 150 yards from where we stand today on Hillgate Quay. And an old colleague of mine, a guy called Alan Brazendale, who moved to Tyneside from Liverpool back in the 50s, told me the story about when he first arrived on Tyneside. He says, I got off the train at Newcastle Central Station, and I asked for directions off the bloke that was selling the Evening Chronicle. I says, I wanted to go to Gateshead. And the bloke says, look at pal, are you sure? And he says, yes, I want to go to Gateshead. He says, well, look, go down Westgate Road to the bottom. You'll come to the end of the high-level bridge. What you're going to do is walk across the high-level bridge, and you'll get to the other side, and you'll think to yourself, you bugger, this cannot be Gateshead, but you bugger, it will be. But we're not like that anymore. The place has changed dramatically in the last 25 to 30 years. Now, I have to say, when the invite to come to this conference arrived in my office in Gateshead, my staff was somewhat surprised that I'd been invited to open a conference dedicated to the licensed trade. I think my office manager was being a bit sarcastic when he said, Ian, what do you do, beer and alcohol? I'm an MP, for goodness sake. I have, of course, pointed out to them that despite my expert knowledge with the consumer perspective of the industry, hospitality is more than about alcohol and is a major driver in the regeneration of our regional economy. And could I particularly welcome you all to this magnificent place here? This was designed by Sir Norman Foster and was opened nearly 10 years ago in 2004. And the Sage Gateshead is, of course, a fabulous venue, but it's more importantly an integral part of Gateshead and Tyneside's regeneration plans, which places culture, leisure, and hospitality at the centre of the region's economy. Now, we've developed Gateshead over the years with a number of flagship projects like Gateshead International Stadium, the Metro Centre, the Angel of the North, the Gateshead Millennium Bridge down on the river there, the Baltic, the Centre for Contemporary Art, and this building here, along with a whole range of new hotel developments like the Chorus, Jury's Inn, the Hilton, which are all helping to build the hospitality part of the economy in this part of the northeast of England. And as we all know, these are difficult times. However, the experience of Gateshead and our partners in Newcastle in our visitor economy has been a testament to the strength of the sector in the area. In summary, the visitor economy in Newcastle Gateshead is estimated to be worth £1.2 billion, and it supports over 19,000 jobs and accounts for 57% of total visitor spend in the North East Local Economic Partnership area, which basically covers Northumberland, north of Durham and all of Tyne and Wear. In terms of visitor profile, 90% of our almost 18 million visitors annually are here for just a day. But about 1.7 million people spend overnight stays. And, that is an important part of our visitor economy. And the hotels are doing particularly well in the area. At weekends, our hotel occupancy is about 80%. But overall, across the whole of the year, it's about 70% anyway. So we're doing really well with a number of new hotels, as I mentioned, having opened up recently. Now, encouragingly, during 2012, we've continued to attract more overnight visitors, with 6% more bed nights sold versus the previous year, and visits paid to attractions also up by about 13%. So despite a stagnant UK and European economy and a struggling northeast economy, the visitor economy here in Gateshead and Newcastle continues to flourish. This also reflects a decade of investment in cultural and conference facilities, in new hotels, and importantly, in marketing and promotion. Our reputation in Newcastle and Gateshead obviously relies on, first of all, I think, a friendly welcome and a good level of support and a good level of quality that we give to visitors when they arrive here. And I think it is also relies on a range of quality cultural, sporting events and the strength of the retail offer. And I think, people would accept an exciting nightlife and a gateway to the rest of the region. And as you can appreciate, as the MP for here in Gateshead, I'm also proud of the many attractions that this area has to offer. And in addition to the many cultural attractions we have to offer, Gateshead is also the centre of a fabulous wider North region, which includes easy links to the Lake District, the Northumberland coast, the National Park in Northumberland, the North Yorkshire Moors National Park and coast around the region. And I'm also proud that the local authorities here in Gateshead and in Newcastle have both embraced the massive potential that the visitor and hospitality economy has to offer. And we are beginning to reap the benefits of these over these tough times. I'm particularly delighted, though, that you've decided to hold your conference here in Gateshead, a fact which I'm sure reflects our confidence and your confidence in this area and the support that the industry rightly receives. So could I once again welcome you all to Gateshead and thank you all for being so hardy and being up so early in the morning after surely a lot of your work late into the evening. So welcome to Gateshead. I wish you an enjoyable stay and I look forward to working with you and, of course, sampling your wares well into the future. Thank you very much indeed.